Planet Dolan.
From starting a fire in the school bathroom to fighting the toughest kid in class, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about the most desperate ways we've tried to attract someone. I'm Doopy, and today I'll be your narrator. Number 10 was submitted by Mental Pigeon. When Zaraganba was little, he was madly in love with a girl in his class. One day, they went out to the playground together after it had rained all morning. The play equipment was still wet, but Zaraganba wanted to show her how cool he was by running up the metal slide. When he got halfway up, he slipped and slammed his face into the slide. When he got up, he spat his 2 front teeth out in front of her and burst into tears. Zaraganba's stunt cost him years of painful dental procedures. He couldn't eat solid food for a while and had to wear metal in his mouth for the rest of the year. And the worst part? His crush moved away just 1 week after his accident. He sadly never saw her again. Number 9 was submitted by Snooploops. For the longest time, Emoji had a huge crush on his high school sweetheart, but he had no clue how to attract her. He eventually found out that she really liked Doctor Who. Emoji had never seen it before, so he decided to lock himself in his room and study it. For 2 months, he binge-watched it, foregoing sleep and ignoring his friends and family. Once he understood it well enough, he made her a foam TARDIS for Valentine's Day and asked her to be his doctor. Luckily, all his effort paid off, and they're still dating to this day. Number 8 was submitted by Grace Likes Manga 123. When Ladybot was 12, she had a big crush on the smartest girl in her grade. The girl was in the gifted program, so Ladybot assumed she loved books. Ladybot decided to show up for class carrying a huge stack of books, more than she could carry. Every time she opened her locker, books would come spilling out, but Ladybot's crush didn't seem to notice. Ladybot then stepped things up by joining her track team, getting the same haircut, and studying really hard to get into the gifted program. But in the end, Ladybot's crush shut her down by declaring she was straight and moving away. The worst part was, Ladybot's mom wouldn't let her quit the track team or the gifted program. Number 7 was submitted by Dipaya Triangle. In the 6th grade, Tolop had a crush on the new girl, Spincess. Every day, he aggressively flirted with her and gave her money to show her how much he cared. Spincess loved the attention and said she would go on a date with Tolop if he fought the toughest guy in school. The next day, Tolop picked a fight, even though he was small and not much of a fighter. He started losing immediately, but he refused to give up and finished the fight strong. He ended up with huge bruises, a broken arm and leg, and a suspension from school. And after all that, Spincess still refused to date him. Number 6 was submitted by Candy Kitties 2. In primary school, Ramona had a huge crush on the class bad boy. She was always trying to think of ways to impress him, and one day came up with the brilliant idea to lie and cut class. Without thinking, she raised her hand to get the teacher's attention and said the first thing that came to her mind. "Miss, can I please be excused? I have, diarrhea." The whole class gasped and the teacher was horrified. She told Ramona to go to the toilet right away. As Ramona was leaving, she glanced at her crush. She expected him to be impressed, but he had the most disgusted look on his face. After that day, Ramona decided that pursuing him was a lost cause. Number 5 was submitted by Once I Did a Thing. Me too. When Melissa was 13, she had an online relationship with a boy who lived 5 hours away. She couldn't wait to meet him in person, and then one day she got the opportunity to do just that. Her dad came home and told the family he'd been offered a great work opportunity in the town where Melissa's boyfriend lived. Melissa tried to convince them to move and even threw a huge tantrum, shouting,
"I have no friends, and I'd rather die than stay here!"
In the end, Melissa's parents agreed to move. But when Melissa arrived, her boyfriend suddenly changed his mind and deleted her on all forms of social media. Number 4 was submitted by Oscar the Couch. I liked that one. One time, when Civil Spider was in primary school, he took a seat next to his crush at lunch and tried to think of ways to impress her. He figured she would like him if he just showed her how smart he was. His plan was to get her attention, grab the nearest book, and say,
"Look how fast I can read this."
Civil Spider then sat there silently speed reading the entire book. When he finished, he looked up and saw that his crush had walked away. Number 3 was submitted by the Logman Can. When Gergak was in high school, he had a crush on a punk girl who was way too cool for him. Gergak didn't know how to get her attention, but one day a crazy out-of-character idea popped into his head. He decided to go into the bathroom and set fire to all the trash cans, toilet paper rolls, and paper towels. He narrowly avoided getting in trouble because the janitor and principal couldn't prove it was him. His crush thought it was amazing and agreed to go out with him. But their relationship didn't last long because they had nothing in common, and Gergak couldn't keep up the charade that he was some badass punk. Number 2 was submitted by Gaming Pro Not. When Nixium was 15, he had a crush on the new girl who just moved in. He found out she was really into bad boys, so he hatched a crazy scheme to impress her. He told her to meet him at the local gas station just after 7 o'clock. When she got there, he told her to watch as he ran inside and demanded money from the cashier. Nixium's crush thought this was really cool, until Nixium got caught a few hours later. He was forced to return the money and serve 7 weeks of community service. His parents grounded him for the rest of the year. The next time Nixium talked to his crush, she said she was over her bad boy phase and asked him to leave her alone. That was the last time Nixium ever tried to impress a girl. Number 1 was submitted by me. One time, I was at the fair with my family and I saw this really cute boy sitting at the bench next to me. I had this gigantic inflatable hammer that I'd won from a previous game, and I decided that I would pretend to fight my sister with it to impress the guy. It was really stupid. I swung the hammer and hit my sister with it, but it bounced off my sister and hit me directly in the face. I was mortified and everyone was laughing, including him. It was so embarrassing. Huge thanks to the folks over on our Planet Dylan subreddit for submitting their stories. So guys, what's the most desperate thing you've done to try to attract somebody? Let us know in the Reddit page linked below and you might be featured in a future countdown.
This video was made possible by our fans over on Patreon. Thanks for your support, guys.
Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.